Last year, I released a 4-part series of our overland adventure through the legendary San Juan Mountains of Colorado. With summer just around the corner, I decided that it's time to re-release the full-length version of our adventure.
I don't think our wives or YouTube is going to approve.
Join us as we hit the trails, have some close calls, and find ourselves deep inside an abandoned mine shaft. This is an episode of the Blair Witch.
Yeah. No cursing in this one.
Why, hello, Mr. Payne.
I made it.
You made it. You did
Safe.
it. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
You? How was your flight?
Building a fire ring here at the campsite.
He's building a fire. He's very excited to do it. And part of the reason he can build a fire is because Colorado's actually gotten rain this year. And part of that was, I should have got video of us escaping a cloud of mosquitoes earlier.
Yeah, mosquito.
We're down by the lake, hoping to catch some fish, and we had to abandon ship because it was like Alaska. I've seen that that's the second time I've seen that this year. It's been pretty miserable.
Some rocks out that way. Yonder.
Kurtis is improving the fire ring and collecting wood while I organize my camera gear for this week. Because the scenery along these trails is truly incredible, and I'm going to be doing my best not to miss any of it.
Come on, get in there.
Put a lot of work in on this fire ring and
Yeah, you know, it's kind of the thing I do at home. I always do that too.
you've always liked this kind of stuff.
I like burning stuff.
The third and final member of this adventure has arrived to camp, and that is Jesse with the Safety 3rd Tacoma. I've known these guys since about 8th grade, but Kurtis and Jesse have literally been friends their entire lives.
What up, Mr. Burlap?
Howdy, howdy.
How's your drive, buddy?
It was long, not too bad. I'm here before midnight, so you know.
You did pretty good.
Pretty
Good
good.
to see you, buddy. It's been a long time.
Yeah. You're hard at work.
Did you proud? Yeah. The wind caught it and then took it that way, so I was like, I need to build
Take
a
them
wall.
all out. Clear
On
the view.
I'm trying to build a wall, you know? That's what I've been doing. Yeah, this is like, oh, look at this pretty video. Like, yeah. Look at that. That's the window. I'm not even moving.
We spent some time catching up, cooked up some burgers, and settled around the campfire for something we always look forward to. Kurtis's improv guitar performances.
This is the front of the window. We're getting older, boys. Time's showing us things.
Having a good laugh around a campfire is hard to beat, and one of Kurtis's skill sets is keeping the laughs coming.
And then we went up to the top of the mountain, and we saw it for what it was.
We watched the fire burn down and headed for the tents. We have a lot of ground to cover tomorrow, and it's likely going to be a long day.
Now we're heading up from Lake City up on Engineer Pass, and I normally don't share trails and stuff in these videos just because I try to keep the wild, but with this one, they're so popular, I really don't mind. And so we're gonna do Engineer Pass today. We're gonna try to do Poughkeepsie today, but we'll see if we make it in time because I think Engineer is probably gonna take us 3 or 4 hours, we'll see. And then we're just gonna see what kind of a campsite we can find, because surprisingly, for a lot of people that haven't been here before, there's actually not that much camping in the mountains up here. It's kind of weird, but we'll find a cool spot and we're gonna get after it.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna see everything for what it is. Maybe see some wildlife. We saw an eagle perched on its nest on the top of a majestic lake earlier today. And the grills may be covered with mosquitoes, but we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna let that stop us.
Kurtis has never done this area before. He's never seen this area before.
Nope.
He's seen mountains before.
Lots of them. They all look similar, but they're all different in their own way.
And the thing about Kurtis is Kurtis doesn't particularly like the shelf road stuff.
No.
I
don't want to die.
He'd prefer to be, like last time we basically went to a lake and we hung out the whole time, which is fun. But this time we're going back to our roots and we're getting a little rowdy, and he's gonna be driving. He's gonna be in love. I'm gonna let you drive up the hardest obstacle.
I'll do it right off the edge.
Waterfalls, wildlife, and mountain views are what attract people here today, but these roads were built for the very purpose of hauling men to the mines and ore to the towns. And what a wild life that must have been.
Like this is a year to get access to their phone. I mean, that's right. Oh, he's still behind the bush. So we were just stopping to check out spots along the way. I've camped at this spot before. There's some sort of it's not a marmot, it's some sort of like a weasel up here. And then we are spotting elk on the top of the ridge up here, because I also saw elk the last time I was here. So it's cool seeing all the wildlife. And of course, the waterfall. Okay, so pretty quick after getting onto this trail, and I knew there was a chance of some storms, like we're pretty much hitting thunderstorms as we roll through here, and so we probably won't be able to get out at the top like normal, get out and check everything out, which I was hoping to show Kurtis, but we'll have other spots that we can get out tomorrow or the next day. But we're gonna be at like 13,000 feet, and obviously we don't want to get struck by lightning. This house has a drawbridge. I'm not gonna put their house on camera just because I don't invade their privacy, but how crazy is that, Jesse? Having a drawbridge going to your house.
The higher you get into the Rocky Mountains, the more beautiful it gets. The temperature drops, the air gets thin, but the views expand, and this time of the year is exceptionally beautiful, especially with the steady precipitation that we've gotten. This is the first time in several years that Colorado has gotten steady rains. So much so that the wildfires have been minimal, the mushrooms and the wildflowers have been plentiful, and the waterfalls are occasionally the color of mud. And it has been incredible.
There's thunder around us, and beyond our best judgment, we got out at the very top anyway.
It's cold.
It's really cold.
Strike me down. It's like 40 degrees cooler than where I'm from. And it's cold to me. Feels like it's winter. Feels like I should be putting on snowshoes.
The top of Engineer Pass offers incredible 360-degree views that will hook you right away. No matter if it's your first time or your 10th time seeing it, you know you'll return to see it again. This road was built by Otto Mears, nicknamed the Pathfinder of the San Juans. Mears is responsible for many of the famous roads in the area, including the $1 Million Highway that connects Ouray and Silverton. Thousands of vehicles travel over these roads every year and most return home. Unfortunately, I read about at least one fatality every summer from this very area, and understanding low-range gears, engine braking, and doing a full brake inspection before a trip here is crucial.
Drop down to 54 degrees. That's the one I want.
We are at 30-degree incline.
Yeah, that's a steep one.
Currently.
Yeah. Pretty steep, not too bad.
Mountains of wildflowers.
Yeah, it's super,
Everywhere you look, it's painted.
super pretty.
Beautiful.
I can tell the new steering rack is much better on the trail.
You know his connection's better.
Well, that's good to hear, sir. Yeah, mine, I thought I was having mine locked up recently, but I think it was just my intermittent shaft needs some oil.
Heard that.
This is the first mine that we've seen from the trail, but unfortunately, it's locked up.
Like a raccoon trying to get into a back gate, Curtis.
I tried.
You tried.
You bet you don't have a saw with you. I could run my Sawzall. I got titanium blades that'll cut through rock. I know what you're telling me.
While looking for mine shafts that we can explore, we found a side trail that looks like it leads to some old mine equipment.
Pipe that goes into the infinite. Goes all the way down to the center of the earth.
These tubular boilers are pretty common to see at these old mine sites. It was basically a steam engine that could power the equipment needed for the entire operation. Once the mine was no longer producing valuable ore, the equipment was abandoned due to its weight, and I think it's safe to say that these will be here until they rust back into the earth.
He had a run.
You hit the runs?
He had a run.
nearly 5 p.m. already, and Jesse and I know of a campsite nearby, and we're hoping it's not taken. We want to set up camp there, so we're near the trailhead for tomorrow, Poughkeepsie Gulch. And lucky for us, the campsite hasn't been claimed, and now we can spend the evening hanging out around the fire.
Why don't you mix me more up? I'll come over. Just give me some mixed whiskey, like you talk about, you know. I can think we can do it. Yeah, that's not too bad.
You have to remember the ceiling's low too, so you can't jump. Bust your head on the ceiling.
I totally forgot that this campsite had an abandoned mine shaft, so we can call this a small win for today. This one's probably only about 40 feet deep, so I can only assume that the men who dug this out didn't find what they were searching for and moved on. It's a little short mine shaft. I'm in a cave. Corey, you're not gonna be happy. Mosquito City. I remembered it wasn't very deep, but I thought it was a little deeper than this. Okey-dokey.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of water last time, but... Oh.
Every time Jesse gives me a weapon, I stab myself.
I might just, I consider just doing it like a black screen with "this is not family friendly" at the beginning of this.
You know, eventually people are going to know that you say okay?
The old scissors.
Ooh. Big shocker.
He has language.
He says bad words. We know he's got 50,000 prescribers.
I wish.
I don't think has anything to do with it, buddy. You listen, all your podcasts you listen to, they have explicit content.
Yeah, you're right. YouTube doesn't like it very much, though.
You know what
It's the
YouTube
platform.
can do? What has it ever done for any working American?
Saved me a lot of money.
Yeah, hours and hours.
I do this whole ass video.
No, I get that.
Yeah, that too.
I get that, but people just want content. They don't care. They really don't care what it is. They just want it.
Kurtis is used to Missouri, where it seems like every puddle has something swimming around inside of it. But Colorado is quite different. But despite me and Jesse's doubt, he's out to catch a fish.
I fish like a man. I fish even when I know it won't work. Because it's pride. It runs in the family, and you just got to do it even if you know it won't work. Mosquitoes are liking it. All right, I've declared there's no fish in this spot. Every time Jesse gives me a weapon, I stab myself. You just put this on, this weird looking tampon thing?
Hold on. Yeah.
This thing is just sticky.
What?
What did I do wrong?
Yeah.
It's coagulating.
You want to here?
We've reached the coagulation point. Yeah, thanks. Oh, help me, Mom.
He's drowning.
Oh don't know if you can help yourself. You know what I mean?
Well, I can put it on. You just got to tell me. Well, I've never seen a Band-Aid like this. What am I supposed to do?
Welcome to the future, Kurtis.
You took it from me. I was like,
pull the back off. Nope. We're trained in backcountry medical.
well, the back, I can't get underneath it. You're talking to somebody who has no fingernails. How am I supposed to do?
Quit chewing your fingernails.
Sorry. I rip them off sometimes just because I think about how much work it is to be friends with you.
See, that's they're pretty good.
I like that.
They work pretty good.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. He's also a lifesaver.
Yeah.
No cursing in this one.
Kurtis is readying the fire, I'm cooking up dinner, and Jesse is setting up his truck. Jesse got this old wilderness camper for less than the cost of a rooftop tent, and it gives him a small house on the back of his truck. To say that I'm jealous of the space that he has back there would be a huge understatement.
Pretty much it.
Pretty much it. It's a huge space.
You have an
So,
airline that just
you go like this when you blow on the fire. Kurtis is being stubborn about it.
No, I mean, it works. It's great.
I learned this from Nick.
He's great. I feel like it has to have a sound. Similar, same thing, right? You don't have to do it, man.
Basically the same thing.
You know, some people it's like this. Some people just do this. There's different ways.
So I take it upon myself to make dinners for these guys because otherwise they'll eat like they have 50 cents in their bank account. And they're just childlike.
We're gonna eat some shrimp tacos, sit around the fire, and get ready for tomorrow's journey.
So Jesse went on a little bit of a woods walk and he happened upon some morel mushrooms, which in the Midwest are pretty easy to come by, but here they're really rare. So we're gonna cook these up tonight with some deer and we're gonna make some Philly cheesesteaks and add this to the mix. Okay, so we're getting eaten alive by mosquitoes at this campsite. We're gonna go to Poughkeepsie Gulch right now. We've never done it before, and hopefully it's not too busy. It's a Friday morning. And so we're gonna leave this campsite and go look for our next one after we do the major obstacles, which is Poughkeepsie Gulch. And then we might do Black Bear, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, should be a pretty exciting day.
Yesterday was a day for us to catch up, but today is a day to put the rigs to the test. These trucks are built for accessing beautiful campsites, whatever that might take. But on this particular trip, we're venturing onto some difficult trails just to say we did. We oftentimes have people in our group that aren't as willing to try things on the more extreme side. Poughkeepsie Gulch falls under the difficult category for most trail raiding systems. It's vertical, it's off camber, and today it's going to be a little bit wet.
Okay, so Jesse is experiencing kind of a binding in his rear differential, so I'm slightly concerned that he might have some diff issues going on, but we'll see what happens. It might just be the locker sticking or something like that, but I don't know. He's running 35s, and I believe his truck has the 8-inch differential that the early FJs had and some of the early Tacomas had, and so he might be running into issues, but we'll see what happens. We're getting ready to do probably the hardest obstacle of the whole trip, so if he makes it through this, we'll probably be okay. If he doesn't make it through this, then, well, he's got a long tow home. We'll see.
Did you say this trail's a one-way?
No, I don't believe it technically is. People will go the other way, but then you're going down the big climb, and most people are here to do the big part of it, so we might run into one or two, but for the most part, it should be one way. Oh yeah, we'll fish at the lake after this, because it's right beyond it. I don't know if there's any trout in it. I've only seen it from a distance before. It's a beautiful lake.
Before we continue any further, I'm already low on water, so I need to stop and fill up my water can at one of the next clear streams.
Now the smart way to do it would be to take this off so this doesn't get dirty, because I technically just contaminated that.
Giardia, sometimes and more entertainingly called beaver fever, is a major concern with natural water sources. This is a microorganism that essentially comes from animals defecating into the water, so I will never recommend to you that drinking straight from the stream is a good idea. And no survivalist is ever going to tell you that just rinsing off the contaminated spout is cleaning it, but I've taken way bigger risks in the mountains before, so do this at your own risk.
This is why I like to use something like the Hydro Blue, so I can fill up cold mountain water and be on our way. Obviously, you want to make sure there's no sulfur in the water, so taste the water before you run off and count on it. Doesn't taste like sulfur.
That's good.
We'll see. It's got the beaver fever in it. You'll be shitting your pants on the way home, or you won't.
Don't worry.
There's only two options.
I won't shit my pants. Doesn't matter if I've got the beaver.
The trail is extremely wet and the clouds in the distance are growing darker. Without ever even being here before, I know this is going to be quite a challenge, especially if it starts raining on us. The safety third Tacoma was more of a rock crawler in a previous life, until I introduced Jesse to good food and good sleep at camp, and the rest is history.
Hold on. Oh, it doesn't want to go. Oh, he's going to the big one. He's going to the big one. The bag's going.
Boy.
Let's kick on the lock.
I hear your lock leaking.
Spending time watching a proper rock crawling rig is definitely not giving me the confidence boost that I'm looking for. And judging by Kurtis chewing his fingernails off, I don't think he's very confident either. Jesse's Tacoma is a 4-cylinder with a manual transmission. This thing has 35-inch tires, front rear lockers. If he gives it too little throttle, it shuts off, but you will learn that he rarely gives it too little throttle. accept his defeat is the final straw for my confidence that the FJ is going to make it up this today. It's way more top heavy, it has smaller tires, and unlike Jesse, I still have a front sway bar.
Well, I'm gonna break something. I better use the winch.
I'm really feeling the penalty of having a big aluminum tent and awning here, and if I'm not careful, the FJ is going to roll.
Oh God. Woo.
Got no shame in winching, Jesse.
No, it might be worth it to do it.
While some people don't know when to quit, I have very little ego involved in these scenarios. I know what my truck is, and I'm well aware that some of my modifications reduce its off-road capabilities. And I also know that we aren't far from a campsite, and I'm carrying ice cream, whiskey, and a shelter with a memory foam bed inside. And I consider that a very fair trade-off. With my heart rate starting to calm down after almost rolling the FJ several times, we're back in the driver's seat, and now we're going to go look for a campsite. But first, I've been promising Kurtis an opportunity to fish, so we're going to make a stop at a lake along the way. might have been some of the best hops I've seen yet out of that thing. So my poor friend Kurtis has been waiting to fish, and there ain't a single fish in this lake, and I thought there would be. But now that we're up close, it does look like there's something weird in the water, where fish might not be able to inhabit these parts. Sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
He broke his fishing pole anyway.
Michael Hasten didn't make it.
Minor, I'm sure.
Probably.
Oh!
What's your name?
Ezekiel! Looks like a lot of work.
Oh yeah, it does. Oh, there's another one. Great over there.
Wonder how many people fell into this kind of stuff in the early days to the point where they started going through and gating everything up. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's like the Ghostbusters movie. Oh, look at all the green moss growing in the bottom.
Oh, I can't see. Hello. Holy.
Hang on to them spectacles. See if there's water. Whoa!
Wow. Hold on, we can do math and see how deep it is. Okay.
So that we're gonna listen.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. It's about 5 seconds.
5 seconds of falling time. That's a deep hole. Holy smokes, man.
And acceleration to gravity is 9.81 meters per second squared.
Well, duh.
400
That's crazy.
something feet. Yeah. Deep.
Good thing they got a grade on it. I don't want nothing to do with that.
Nope. Let's get the out.
Okay, quick correction. The hole that we were throwing rocks into is 250 feet deep. Jesse redid the math. Okay, so me and these boys failed at our mission quest.
Woo!
And so now we're gonna go and try to find a campsite on a Friday near Telluride. Should be really easy, I'm sure.
Yay!
Actually, if we take the way out, like on the $1 Million Highway, there is a lot of camping along that, but it'd be nice to find it a little more remote out here.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put the cameras away until we find something, unless there's something just really cool. But and the rain's moving in. We got another night of thunderstorms, it looks like. On the maps, I found a campsite near another small lake, so we're gonna make our way in that direction and try to get a fishing pole into Kurtis's hands. He spent nearly $100 on a fishing pole, tackle, and a fishing license right after I picked him up from the airport, so no matter what, I'm gonna make sure that this guy can catch a fish during this trip. go stay in the metal building. At least we'll be safe in that one.
Got a zip line there if you're brave.
Kurtis, you could definitely make it to the other side. Do you have a belt? A leather belt?
I do.
Well, I got the camera. I'll do it in slow-mo.
It's gotta be a zip line, right? What the is it?
Might be right.
Some remnants from the past, maybe?
Remnants from the past, Jesse. Big old Jenny.
Stole all the copper windings out of it, though.
Of course they did. People will steal whatever people can steal. The sticky bandits. Ingersoll Rand.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Been in the biz a while.
They've been in the biz a while. Look at this thing.
It's pretty cool. It's a big casting.
Yeah, it is. Pretty incredible.
Boilers used to blow up and kill people.
Did they?
Oh yeah.
This is a pretty big one. This one reminds me of the one we saw in Leadville. I mean, obviously that one was way bigger, but like the condition of it. And the wood on these is always just beautiful. And of course, so beautiful, everybody needs to carve all their stupid shit into the side of it.
A deep hole?
Oh yeah.
Drop a rock.
Can't really fit one, so.
Oh yeah, she go down there. Hop on in, it's gotta be safe. Oh man, that was water down in there.
Oh yeah.
It's flowing. Oh.
Water's not good.
You know, train tracks.
None of it's good.
None of it's good.
We've been checking out mines along the way with high hopes that we can find one to explore, but it seems that they're all gated up to keep idiots like us out. So once again, we're camped next to a mine we can't get into and water that has no fish in it. We're all just standing out here waiting to get struck by lightning. Blow my feet clean off. All right, we're gonna make some deer steak, Philly cheesesteaks with morel mushrooms for these boys. Just as the rain picks up. Yeah, look at that. I haven't seen a downfall like this in quite some time. No.
We're out here having a great time in the wilderness. It's rainy, can't do anything, but it's still a lot of fun.
In Colorado, hail at this altitude is pretty common during a thunderstorm. I wouldn't be surprised if there's light snow falling at some of the trail summits like what we were at earlier today. And as I planned earlier today, it's time to cut up these fresh mushrooms and make Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. The meat is from a deer Jesse and I harvested while bow hunting last year, so this meal feels especially well earned after a long day. We got deer, peppers, hand-picked morels, sandwiches. A little easier to cook these on the scuttle for sure.
There's food time.
You're on a tear tonight, buddy.
Mine are warming up.
That's good.
Sorry, Jesse and I don't have $250 boots.
This trip has been incredible so far, and we've already had some experiences that we will talk about for years to come. Tomorrow presents a new day and a new challenge. We're headed off to tackle the one and only Black Bear Pass. Yesterday, we failed to climb the wall on Poughkeepsie Gulch, Today, we are braving the off-camber descent down Black Bear Pass into Telluride. Black Bear Pass isn't my typical type of trail because there are no epic campsites to be earned here. It's really just to say you did it. But Jesse hasn't done it before, so I'm back to do it again. This trail is famous for its epic views and its intimidating conclusion alongside a massive waterfall. The high country of Colorado, combined with her unusually wet summer, provides a landscape covered in wildflowers. The rivers are rushing, the foliage is glowing, and the wildlife has an abundance of food. So while I say this isn't my typical trail, I can still certainly appreciate what it has to offer.
What were you saying about what these trips do for you, being out in places like this?
Oh yeah, it puts everything into perspective because it gives you a chance to see things that you couldn't see otherwise. And it's the ability to appreciate Earth more, appreciate living inside.
Right, yeah.
Appreciate the fact that we have a lot of amenities that make our lives much easier than the people who pave these roads.
It seems crazy to come out and like camp and this kind of stuff. And I mean, we've been going down in elevation because it's like, oh, it's gonna be cold, it's gonna be windy. And these people were like...
Yeah, there's people out here that had no coverage and to build it.
Yeah, in like the 1800s.
Yes,
That's
before
crazy.
There were, overlanders, before there were off-road vehicles. And yeah, they probably would have tore it up much worse if they had them.
Yeah.
If they had the technology and the capabilities of what we do now, they really could have destroyed it. It's only after the fact. We're very reactive as a species, really. We're always like, after the fact, oh no, I bet we polluted that river.
Right.
But, which we've seen that already. The most beautiful lake I've seen this trip has been filled with minerals so much that it's, color of turquoise.
Don't look like there's anything in that either.
Yeah, I know. One fish.
But it's pretty.
The last fish is in there. That's right.
Point of no return.
Yep. Point of no return is right. We're just crossing over the one-way spot on Black Bear Pass. So we're about to get into all the gnarly stuff. The steps. I haven't done this in a long time. Got more weight on the roof than I used to. Jesse's definitely got more weight. He's never done this before though, so this should be pretty good.
Yo, buddy.
Thank you.
This section of the trail is quite off-camber, and it's known to cause rollovers. Many drivers have the instinct to hit their brakes if their vehicle feels like it starts to tip, and that will only make things worse.
Pretty intimidated by this first step. It's very tippy, and I have way more weight than I once did on the top.
While it may look like there are better lines to take than this, going either to the left or to the right would be dramatically more off-camber.
No, that's fine. Jesse knows how tippy this thing is too, so he's stacking rocks for me. Will you come here for a second? Since I can't see, in case those do fall out, what all's in front of me if I need to gas it to stop from rolling? Oh, okay, so I can just give her hell? Okay, all right, you wanna get back over there to your safe zone? Had to let her go. Definitely very intimidating. No problem. Jesse stacked rocks. How's it going?
Good. Safety third. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now cut my way and then space it comes straight at me.
Oh, hit that bumper for sure.
The off-camber and rock shelves are over past this point, but danger still exists. The next section of the trail is narrow and steep, but luckily it's only one way because it would be impossible to let somebody by.
It's a big luge. Just slide right down that. This was intimidating for Kurtis because he's not, well, you're a lot better. He's a lot better this time around than he was
I've had
in
a lot of
previous
experience.
times. He's had more experience riding along.
Yep, I've seen a lot.
He moderately trusts us on these off-road trails.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's been awesome. I'm ready to go find a campsite. We didn't get to see the ghost. I didn't get to show you the ghost town. I am a little bummed about that.
Yeah, but we saw a lot of the ghost mines.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these buildings that have been there for hundreds of years,
Right.
and they've fallen.
This is only the second time I've done this trail, and honestly, like, I haven't done it in a long time just because it's
Pretty sketch.
pretty sketch. There's no real camping on it. This isn't normally my type of trail, so
Yeah.
I guess I should.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like my kind of trail. Jesse likes to do trails. Like he wants to go see what his truck can do. His truck's less capable now that he's gotten the way of the camper, like I have.
Wait.
And then yeah, he's got the weight. It's still more capable than I am.
Damn, that last bit was sketchy. I spent rocks going off the edge.
I'll tell you a little story about this trail once we're down.
Oh, good.
Intimidation is almost over. Black Bear is called the most dangerous trail in Colorado, and I don't agree with that. And it's not really the most difficult either. It's just intimidating, especially if you have a rooftop tent and all that stuff. It's cool. It's a big waterfall. Good footage. This video is going to be great. I'm sure the people watching this are going to be like, oh my God, that's amazing. And it is, but it's not the type of thing I usually like to get into. And now we're heading up Imogene Pass, of course, right when the rain's starting. And we're going to try to find a campsite here in the next couple hours so we can hang out and hopefully fish if we can find something near like a small lake or something. But all the lakes we keep running into don't have fish in them.
They're dead.
Yeah. Imogene is supposed to be, I think I've done Imogene before, but I don't remember. But anyway, this is supposed to be a moderately challenging trail, but the stuff that I was worried about possibly rolling on is behind us, so we shouldn't need the winch anymore.
As you travel up Imogene, you will come across the ghost town of Tomboy. This place thrived in the early 1900s and was one of the largest mining camps in Colorado. They even had a YMCA, a bowling alley, tennis courts, and had dances that even some of Telluride's residents would come up to attend. The Tomboy mine was closed in 1928, and it's been a ghost town ever since.
See the elk right up there. Every time we hit the peaks, just in time for lightning.
Crappy mailbox.
Pretty good. Got a lot of treasure. Some free sunglasses. Those might be the ones. Those might be the ones you lost.
No, we're going off track.
We sure are.
What's the elevation?
13,2. 13,166. We're at the top of Imogene. Imogene? We're at the top of this pass. Pretty crazy. 13,200 feet roughly. And that is Telluride down there for the uninitiated. That's where we came from. Pretty awesome.
And as the rain greets us again, it's time to head down the mountain and search for the next campsite.
Get on the road, buddy.
See ya. He's going right over the top of him. Going down.
Pretty. Thank you.
You bet.
Yeah, the wildfires here are popping off.
Yeah, there.
Using Gaia Maps, we have found a trail that is in the trees and it's near a small pond that will hopefully offer us some fishing opportunities.
Yeah, this area seems pretty remote. Like I didn't get the vibe many people are driving up.
No. Have you seen Kurt?
Nothing. That's what you get when you have shitty eyes.
I didn't see as many people today as I expected.
No, me neither. I was telling Curtis that. We surprisingly found a pretty remote camping area out here. Not gonna say exactly where it is, but we're next to a little lake, so we're gonna go see if we can catch some trout so we can make trout tacos tonight. But it's probably mind polluted like everything else is, because everything here is orange or dead. All for the sake of money. Gotta find that gold and silver, Jesse.
They look kind of small doing those. Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Watch the one really good.
Well, thanks for taking me here.
Yeah, I know. What's that, Kurt?
Thanks for taking me.
Yep, I'm glad you loved it.
I really like it. I like this one the best.
Stink hole?
Stink Lake.
Stink hole.
Stink Lake.
Doesn't look like we're getting any trout tacos tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, buddy. Big drops.
Perfect timing, boys.
This is a prime example of why I wouldn't want to travel without an awning. Now we can huddle underneath, have some drinks, and pass the time as we wait out the storm.
The stingray was pretty good.
The meat texture was good.
Yeah.
Like I liked the.
Nice and flaky.
It was like pulled pork kind of is what it reminded me of, because it was like kind of a stringy.
Yeah.
Check out these surroundings. Pretty cool. I'm watching these marmots watch me. I got the camera set up behind me. Usually they give like an audible chirp. I'm trying to get an audible chirp out of them. There's also a lot of pikas that throw their voice. They're like a little bunny looking animal. I keep seeing them, but they're so fast I can't get one on video. They dart in and out of the rocks and stuff. Little ninjas. The clouds have started to clear, and I can finally put the drone up into the air and get some footage of our camp. And immediately I see something that I couldn't from the ground. It's an old building of some sort, and near it is a hole in the side of the mountain. This is the mine shaft that we've been searching for, and we found it by accident. With the drone, we found an old mining camp that I'm pretty sure you can't see from anywhere else. So we're going in deep. Here we go. Push through. Everybody soaking wet. Everybody soaking wet. I'm the only one with appropriate footwear for this.
Oh my God, my feet are cold.
Did you dunk them?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, bud. Jesse's the guide we've all been waiting for. Check out this clear path. It's like somebody came through with a riding lawnmower back there.
The grass is beautiful.
We need a bushwhack and
I've got soaked leather boots.
you know, we're all a little wet here.
We're doing all sorts of stupid shit in the wild like we're supposed to. It's one for the books, boys. Bam.
Here's to my
Cheers.
friends, here's to my family. May we live long, happy lives.
Prost.
And may we never die.
Prost.
Before we started hiking, I sent a message home from my Garmin satellite messenger. This way a location and time are known in the unlikely event that something bad happens. Be smart, even when you're being an idiot.
What is that? A sedum of some sort.
I see them.
We'll smoke it.
I want to tell you about these Indian paintbrush. I'm not sure exactly what species this is, but they're cool because they're all a parasitic plant. So
Really?
like you'll very rarely see these by themselves. And what happens is they'll send their roots out and they'll tap into another plant, whether it be this guy or these over here, and they'll steal nutrients from them.
Yeah, we're checking out.
There's a secondary shaft right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the big one, Jesse. This is the one I saw on the drone. Yeah, so we came up here looking for this hut back here, or this mining cabin, whatever the hell it is, and a mine shaft. So, here we go. Nothing sketchy about that. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna grab a better camera for this.
Sure, we'll be safe.
We're walking on actual tracks from the old mine. And we're trying not to be too loud, just not to cause vibrations in here. I feel like this is an episode of The Blair Witch. Oh, there's that silver vein. That's what they were after. That money strip.
Keeps going.
Keeps going, but I'm not interested. I'm not crawling over.
This, I want to look down there at least.
Yeah, get on. Easy. No. The fact that people used to work in here is incredible. All for money.
Yeah, that. It was sketch. He just kept going, but there's a couple of places that look like cave-ins.
But I do want to get out of here because how sketchy.
Yeah, I was like cave-in city back there. Just like pile after pile. Where that shaft was. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's where I took a picture of it. I was like, it's totally blown up. I think it just caved in on them, so I picked another spot. think we should all yell into that hole as loud as we can and see if anything happens.
Okay.
Chris, you ready?
Chris banged his head 6 times.
I banged mine twice.
Wow. You gotta vibrate it. You get some tubing and stuff.
Do some throat singing.
We're safe.
We were safe. We could have been yelling the whole time.
All right, women, you see this? We were safe the whole time.
Nothing was wrong.
The mine shaft was hundreds of feet deeper than we could have imagined, and who knows how much farther it goes on. Perhaps if this were a cave carved by nature and not a mine carved by men, we would have explored farther.
All those trees didn't make it.
He even painted his house green.
These old boots have nails in them. Made their own cleats. These are like 100 years old, probably.
It's gotta be more.
I would think so.
I'm thinking like 100.
Or is that just how old shoes are made? I don't know.
I'm thinking 175, 150 at least.
You think he's put his treasure in?
Right? There's got to be a chunk of gold under these floorboards.
Oh, big herd over here.
Is there?
Yeah.
That's good. Stand on that table and see if you can see up top.
This leg looks real sturdy. Looks like he had one color of paint. Green.
That door is well built.
This is about to cave in any second.
There's not much up here except turds. There's a little hornet's nest back in there.
Well, the last day of Jesse being here, we did the most dangerous shit on the trip. Nobody else I'd rather risk my life with, boys. I don't think our wives or YouTube is going to approve. So here we have a Delmont marker. So Jesse, tell us about Delmont again.
Oh, it's my mom's maiden name. So my grandfather was a miner. Not in Colorado that I'm aware of. But yeah, he was a miner all his life. Lost one of his eyes because he looked up in he was going down the elevator of a mine shaft and he heard something and looked up, which is like the one thing you're not supposed to do.
Rock hit
him right in the eye.
Oh man.
Replaces out with a rock.
So who knows?
We're pretty sure it's Jesse's grandpa.
We're pretty sure this is the one.
There's no other Delmont.
It's basically my claim at this point.
Oh yeah, this is a packed down trail, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's still sketchy, but we'll find our way down.
Yeah, we will. I'm confident.
It'll be better than Jesse's way.
Thank you. Walk like a cougar.
Think like a cougar.
Pretty sure that's not how cougars walk. Thanks for finding that spot.
It's pink.
You really did a great job.
We're taking a victory whiskey for surviving the mine shaft, and hopefully none of us get a divorce.
The miners had a shaft. Look at that one.
Look at that one.
Boy, oh boy.
I hope this thing picks it up all right, because I don't want to get my big camera out right now.
Nope.
It would be much prettier, but
who cares?
Who cares? Oh man, this has been a good trip. We've had a lot of cool campsites. Kurtis, you're familiar with the flint and steel?
Yep.
Okay, so here's this.
I like to start fires with paper plates.
So we can't see us very well right now, but these little things, smell it. It smells good.
Oh boy, it smells like hookah.
It smells great. So what you do is you break it in half, and it turns into kind of a cotton ball.
Yeah, it's like a cigarette filter.
Yeah, it does look like a cigarette filter.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And then you go like this.
Rub them, get some friction.
You get it cotton balls out like that. Mm-hmm. Really dig into it.
You didn't tell me to go slow. There it is. I'm going for it.
All right, so there's one. Get the other one. It's over to the right.
I went into a mine bay. Deep in the mine, Jesse.
Right there.
God bless America.
It was cool.
Going down.
It was deep.
It was cool.
You know what I really thought? I had that extra beer in my pocket, and I thought, I really want to crack this, but I bet I'm going to cave her in if I do.
It'll be too loud.
It is a beautiful day today. We're fishing today, Kurt. You have my word.
It's all good. My fish pole's broken. but I'm gonna give it a shot.
I think as soon as we're in Ouray, we're actually not very far from where that spot was before Poughkeepsie. Like cool camping with like running water.
With the mine shaft successfully explored, we've accomplished one of our goals. But I still need to get Kurtis some trout before he heads home, so that is today's pursuit.
All right, so Jesse went on his merry way. He had to leave, could not stay as long. So me and Kurtis now, we're on a quest to catch our dinner. We're gonna catch some trout, make some trout tacos or something. So we're looking for a campsite. Since it's a Sunday, we have a few more options than normal. We're gonna see what we can find. But yeah, so the gnarly trails are pretty much over for this trip, but the camping adventures are not. Now we're trying to be men and catch our dinner. Might be the camp we've dreamed of. Looks like it's opening up into something cool.
Oh,
this looks pretty cool. I think we found it. Let's check it. First try maybe. Let's see what we got here. We need to catch dinner. It's all that matters. Oh yeah. That's a real solid spot for him right there.
Okay, so what I've got is a tenkara rod, which is like a Japanese fly fishing rod, basically without a reel. These are pretty cool because they're small, they fit in this tube. Kurtis is using traditional fishing, he's using bait. I am just using flies, and I'm not a very good fly fisherman, but these rods are cool because they'll fit into just about anything. And I won this Pelican ruck case a while back, so I kind of turned it into a makeshift fishing case. It's a little overbuilt for a fishing case, but it's cool. So anyway, this little thing is like a little spool that you carry with you, and got a couple lures, and so we're gonna go see if we can catch some fish.
Kurtis just got one, little bitties. I just got one. We'll take what we can get. Our first catches are definitely too small, but I mean, look at where we are fishing. Pretty awesome. We gotta get bigger though. We were fishing and right away we started getting rained out again. So we were catching a few that were big enough. So now we're just waiting it out and hopefully we can do some more fishing here soon. But Kurtis's part of the trip is complete. He wanted to catch some fish. We caught some fish. He's caught a bunch of them. I've caught very small ones for the most part.
No, he caught 2 big ones. I caught 3 medium ones.
Yeah, we got some good ones. Yeah,
they're
gonna be good eating.
Speckled,
with
healthy.
some coleslaw, some cheese. I'll fry those up, and I've got cornmeal, I think.
Yeah.
Fry them up in butter.
Some whiskey.
Fry them
up in whiskey.
Fry them up.
There's a saying in Colorado that if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. A storm can blow in unexpectedly and be gone just as fast. But in this instance, it looks like we have much longer to wait.
Waiting out the rain. I thought it was going to be like a 20-minute storm, and it's just getting heavier and heavier. Kurtis is loving Colorado more by the second.
Whoop, whoop. I love Colorado.
We've been sitting in the rain for like 2 hours now, and we got a quick break, so we're gonna take advantage of it, try to catch a few more fish, and we got enough for these tacos. The water now is running brown because of the rain. I'm frying up some fish, make some fish tacos. I'm making a mess, and I'm trying not to attract bears.
It turns out that we're missing some of our key ingredients, so these trout tacos are about as basic as it can get. But fresh food is always rewarding.
So I'm taking care to rinse everything off. Trout tacos. Pretty bony?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Good.
Kurtis and I are warming up around the fire while we can, as more dark clouds are blowing in, and we think we're just gonna call this an early night. In the blink of an eye, we've arrived to the last day in the San Juan Mountains. This past week, we've experienced the heat, the cold, the rain, thunderstorms, and even a little bit of snow. We ventured hundreds of feet into a mine shaft, cooked wild mushrooms, and cooked wild fish, and it has been incredible. We have even unintentionally lived like the miners in the 1800s as well. And by that, I mean that we haven't showered in 6 days.
Before we head out from here, we're gonna take some mountain baths because we smell like hell. We've been getting eaten by flies, and there's a lot of biting flies up here anyway, but I'm not sure if it's because of that or because we stink.
Colorado's high country streams and rivers are freshly melted snow, and no matter what time of the year it is, they are ice cold.
Yes! I can smell campfire coming off of me. For sure.
Oh yeah, I can smell it too.
Holy crap. All right. I think I'm moderately clean. Woo. Moderately.
There's a freeing and natural feeling to jumping into a mountain stream after living like a Neanderthal for a week.
Woo. That water had to have been like 40 degrees or something like that. We both got in there, washed off, and now we're gonna pack up, and now we're gonna get out of here. This has been an amazing trip. The mine shaft was incredible. It's dangerous. I'm not gonna share where that location was. As you can see, my trash bag is full. There's a ton of trash here. There's a short, there's like the entrance to a mine shaft over here that never got finished. It's probably about 5 feet deep. People just filled it with trash. I don't have any more room to even carry any more out. We took a ton of plastic and stuff out of the fire pits. I don't want that happening to more places. Most of my subscribers, I don't imagine, are doing that sort of a thing, but there are people that watch these videos that are just trying to find places to go camp in Colorado or wherever, and I don't want them seeing my specific campsites and just going and trashing those, because unfortunately that does exist. But anyway, we're gonna start making our way back after we cast a few more flies, and we'll be on our way back home. And then in 3 days, I'm gonna head back out with Blue and go find another place to camp closer to home and just enjoy summer while it lasts, because something about Colorado is the summers are very short, especially in these high elevation areas.
We're headed back to drop Kurtis off at the airport, and in a few days, I'll be back on the trails again to explore more of what Colorado has to offer. I have no idea where I'm headed, but I can assure you it's going to be beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.